In recent years, the landscape in Mania began to change drastically, and not in a good way. Okay, I did steal that bit from Kivitz's video, but hear me out. Many players of this era have started to either quit or play in a very limited capacity, some even leaving indefinitely. And in this video, we'll take a look at a handful of individuals that have done those things, and whose leave left a big impression on the community along with where they went. Let's get started on this topic, shall we? I never thought I'd be talking about him again, but we're starting off with Kanemining. As some of you know, he was at one point one of the best 4-key players the game has ever seen, while also being one of the first people to clear Zeta Dan. Which I think all of you know what this Dan is, but if you happen to not know, watch this video. His career as a Mania player was going in a very good direction, and he retained his position as one of the best for a very long while, until he suddenly vanished without reason in the beginning of the year. He would occasionally post to the community tab every other month, but this was it. Until he reappeared in June this year, playing a song on the piano that you can actually find in Eterna's Hard Songs Mega Pack Volume 2. As expected, the comment section was quite supportive of his return, and 727! Nah, f*** you, hi, I don't wanna see it. Since that video, he's posted 2 more piano covers, with the most recent one being posted in August. Now, I'm sure you probably reached this point of the video asking, is Kane gonna play Mania again? To be completely honest, no f***ing idea. It's been so long since he's uploaded or streamed Mania. If anyone who knows him can give us an update, I'm gonna give you Rakia or something. Jakads123 is a German 4-key player, best known for pushing the limits of several difficult 4-key maps, his Funky Friday shenanigans, and his outrageous reactions, such as and I'm not fucking kidding, there's a compilation of him reacting like a monkey. But that aside, there is a reason why I'm mentioning him. All was going good on his channel, but after posting his Hakudan clear in the beginning of the year, he just vanished without any explanation whatsoever. There were no live streams, no videos, and no community posts whatsoever. He also enlisted some of his videos in that time. This would go on for at least 8 to 9 months until he uploaded a video titled Playing Raw Beats Again, for which I have a question. How the f did your voice become deeper, bruh? What kind of puberty were you going through in your absence? Okay, enough f***ing around. I was absolutely confused on why he quit with no updates whatsoever, so I decided to personally ask him. And what he told me was that he disappeared literally this year and was just gone from the game partially due to disinterest. On top of that, he told me that he'll be here for the time being. Oh yeah, and he can still do the monkey noises if you're curious. Jakads was one of, if not the best Mania player ever. He has set multiple milestones during his stay in Mania, like being one of the first people to reach 30k PP, setting the highest PP scores across Mania at the time, and being one of the main stepping stones of South Korea's MWC 7-key team. He is also a god at whatever game he touches, like for example Sound Vortex, Chunithum, and BMS. Unfortunately, if you try searching his account on OS, you will not be able to find it, with his scores also appearing as deleted user on the leaderboards. Why is that? Well, there is one reason, and that reason changed the course of the game as we knew it. Around September of last year, many Osu channels would be a target to multiple copyright strikes, with one of them being Circle People. The reason why this happened is due to multiple strikes being sent by Ahisa to many of the Osu content creators. Those strikes were enough to take Circle People down, which absolutely enraged the Osu community. Ahisa would be subsequently bombarded by death threats and threatening messages for a few days, until on the 25th of September they posted a link to a big message saying that they retracted most of the strikes and wish to not have their songs included in the game anymore, as well as saying that they don't owe the community anything. And I personally agree with that statement. Artists do not owe us anything, and it also goes without saying that with no songs to make beatmaps on, also will be nothing. This situation prompted Pepe to get involved and help alleviate the situation to an extent. But the damage was already done. Some artists refrained from working with the game, with some reiterating what songs can be used from their library in response to the situation. I know you're probably thinking, what the f does this have to do with the Ahisa situation? I'll answer it right now. Jakads used it as a pretext to have his account completely deleted from the site. And I'm gonna put this out there, by the time he made the tweet, he had not played the game actively in over a year. He mentioned that he wanted to cut all ties with those and not be referred to as the Osu guy any longer, as well as giving a time for everyone to archive his Osu videos before they get deleted. Finally, he submitted a deletion request to Osu support in accordance with that message. And I know I'm going off track, but it really begs asking, was it needed to publicize your departure? What could have been better to do instead was quietly quitting the Mania community and deleting all videos, and we would have been none the wiser. Besides, you already were not playing the game by the time you posted this thread. The way this thread is written, it really comes off more as a message written out of frustration than it is to contribute to the situation. Would have been better to just not say anything. And sure, you could recommend us to play arcade games or phone games like you do, but I'll take a neutral stance here to say that not every country has an arcade with the caps Korea and Japan use, for example. Not everyone lives in East Asia, and not a whole lot of places have access to the cabinets required to play. Even places like the US and the EU do not have a whole lot of them. While Australia does have them, it's because of location proximity to this region more than anything. A portion of the phone games are either low quality, gimmicky, or require a lot of investment for you to even start properly achieving scores. There are reasons PC VSRGs are popular with people, and those are accessibility and a variety of songs. That said, there are songs from non-featured artists in those games, and some artists don't even realize that their songs are in the game, to which the fault falls on the player for uploading. You can't really control a big community that charts these non-licensed songs, but what you can do is warn them that they're posting those charts at their own risk, which is a feature that could probably be implemented for these games later on. Not everyone has the financial support or the money to constantly buy song packs for rhythm games. I'll stop briefly to say that I've bought some commercial rhythm games already, but I've not invested enough hours into them to really decide if my purchase was worth it or not. Due to having little wiggle room with some of them, it makes me want to come back to playing something else that has a big song library, but it's also hard at the same time. Also, when buying a game or investing your money into an arcade one, a question should come to your mind. Would that game really be worth the investment you've put in compared to your drive to play it? Think about what friendships you're gonna make along the way too. If you think it's worth it, then it's perfectly fine to continue spending your hard-earned money into it. But if not, then there's a problem. I am not against buying rhythm games in any capacity given what I've told you, but you really have to consider whether you're gonna play them long term or not. As it stands now, Jakads no longer has any Mania videos on his channel. His Osu account has been completely deleted and he's turned his attention to arcade rhythm games now. He's decided he wants it that way, so it will be unlikely we'll ever see him again. And we should respect his decision, even if you no longer like him for that reason. I'll personally refrain from saying anything because I'm not taking any sides on this one. This is a situation that's had multiple layers to it, and I'll link you to a video that explains it better than I ever will.
Hello people, this is Miles, and I'm your local Brazilian Osumania YouTuber to talk about the best Brazilian Osumania player, SillyFangirl. SillyFangirl is a 4-key to 7-key player that since 2017, he was already being one of the best players in the world, always pushing the limits of 4K, doing a lot of first ever FCs and popularized mini picking. And then 2021 came and SillyFangirl gained a lot of recognition because of FNF, brought a lot of players from FNF to Osumania, and he became the most recognizable name in the Osumania community. But then 2024 came. SillyFangirl's already 26, he started playing Osu when he was 15, 11 years in the same game, but nothing changed on Nate. Not at all. But what changed was his life. On October 15th, he posted a video titled Zeta 0.9 Clear, read description. And he said in the description that he was basically retired from Mania and he can't focus on the game because of adult life. He has a job, a girlfriend, a life ahead of him, and he doesn't have time to play Mania. Neither he was having fun playing Mania at all, so he was focusing on his job, which is producing content on FNF and Roblox FNF. And after I posted my video as a tribute for Nate, he finally announced on his Twitter he's retiring from the competitive scene and just play Mania whenever he wants, casually.
Many of the people mentioned had their reasons for quitting. Some came back, but in a lower presence, and some never came back. Each of them had a tremendous impact on the game, and their absence left a void in the communities they resided in. To the ones who quit, I hope you're enjoying your time playing other rhythm games, and to the ones who returned, I just want to say welcome back. Hope you continue enjoying the game for years to come, and enjoy your stay. And those were the people whose absence changed Mania. I have nothing much to say at the end other than please enjoy game moving forward. I want to give a huge thanks to all of these amazing people on screen, to Miles for helping a bro out, and to all the channel members, especially 8HMS for supporting the channel. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope to see you all next time.